Hey, Aster here, back at it again with content that isn't scripted. So today, I want to showcase something that I think has been on my mind recently, and it's that Genshin Impact is not newbie friendly. Now, I actually had a friend recently join this game, and this is why I am making this video now. He went to my Discord and messaged me something that would forever haunt me. Hey, I got a Goru. And then I went, congratulations! You should definitely use him when you get, Geo Traveler in the future. He was like, I can get Geo Traveler? And then I realized that I spoiled like another region, but anyway, I told him that, yeah, you're going to get Geo Traveler soon because the Traveler can control a lot of the elements, so you might want to start investing on the Traveler as well. And he was like, okay, so I shouldn't invest in Goru. And I was like, yeah, you should. So he leveled him up to 20. And then he realized that the level up became Ascend. He asked me, what am I supposed to do here? I went, oh, just click on that and ascend your character. What's a Sango Pearl? A what? What's a Sango Pearl? Oh, it's Goru's ascension material. Where do you get that? And that's when I realized he was screwed. Genshin Impact's current leveling up system is going to screw over a lot of new players. And there's actually a lot of things in Genshin that I genuinely just don't think is, newbie friendly. Like, for example, co-op, interestingly enough, co-op is not a good idea if you're new and your friends are also new, because co-op makes the game harder. So unless you have like a higher ranking character or like a friend that's higher ranking and you bring them to your world, blackmail them or something, you shouldn't probably co-op with other people if you don't have characters, because it's going to make the game harder, the bosses have more HP, something like that. But going back to the leveling system, imagine you're new a year later in Sumeru and you get a 4-star, but you didn't unlock Sumeru yet. How are you supposed to use them? And I think that's a really, really important problem, because Genshin Impact has always been advertising their game to new players. That's why you start seeing a lot of the YouTubers like start advertising Genshin, like the actual just advertising before the videos. You usually see like the featured characters, right? So today we're getting Shanha and Yunjin, God forbid, which are Liyue characters, but we're getting Yae Miko next, and we're getting Kamisato Ayato, and we're going to be getting, like, I think the other people that were featured in the voice lines, like, which is Heizo, and then we're going to get Kiko Shinobu. Those are Inazuman. Now, my question is, how are you supposed to get them at a playable level? Now, the thing with Inazuma is that you unlock it at AR 40. If you get Goru or Thoma really early in the game, best bet is that you never use them, and you're probably going to get Liyue and Mondstadt characters that are much stronger than your Goru or Thoma in the long run. And your appreciation for Goru and Thoma probably disappeared already. I think that Genshin Impact should involve another system in which it's easier for new players to get new boss materials. Because imagine this, you're going to be getting Yae Miko. What do you need? You're going to need her ascension materials, which are probably in Inazuma. You're gonna need her talent, which are probably in Inazuma too. And how are you going to get to Inazuma? You're going to need to complete Mondstadt, then Liyue, then the Kazuha quest, which is a lot. Like it's AR 40 or something. So I think Genshin needs to introduce a boss drop system or a domain system or something like the dust system that we have. If you don't know, if you do boss materials, you can like change them into other boss materials, and it's a really, really nice system. I think that they should do that for world bosses. Now, is it going to be abused by veteran players? Yes. So for example, you have the material that is basically a dream solvent, and you start killing the Cryo Regisvine, okay? I mean, it's both 40 resin, so that new players can kill the Cryo Regisvine, but they can also change the material if they get the solvent, but also drop from the world bosses themselves, so that they can switch that for the Inazuman bosses, like the Pyro Hypostasis or the Hydro Hypostasis, something like that. Because we're going to get a lot of characters. As a veteran player myself, I never had to deal with this, especially with Inazuma, but I actually had the same experience before with Xingqiu. I got Xingqiu before I got Noelle, and I never appreciated Xingqiu until like now recently when I'm actually like higher AR. I had to use Bennett, I had to use Visual, I had to use D-Look, and I always just assumed Xingqiu was weak. because he was always at level 20 and I didn't want to power farm through Liyue because I was still appreciating Mondstadt. So if people are going to say, oh, you should just power through and, speed run things, then you're basically just telling the new player to not appreciate the game. You're just telling them that, well, it's your fault that you're slow. Which shouldn't be the case. If they like Goru, they should have an option to level up to a usable level at the very least. I feel really, really bad for new players in the long run when they decide to start Genshin. They get Dane's Leaf or something and they don't have the materials, they have to go through everything. Like, I have this really, really bad feeling that the new events are going to need the new location. And if you're a new player, God forbid, how are you going to get to Inazuma? Like, Enkanamiya in and of itself is already difficult to get to. You're going to need to power through so much lore and so much world in general, just so that you can get there. But that's just my honest Goru thing. I genuinely just don't think that the current system of Genshin Impact is newbie friendly. There's a lot of other things that I think aren't newbie friendly in Genshin, even though like it advocates it. It's not a hard game. That's not what I'm saying. It's not a hard game. Like, anyone can pick it up. Like, it's a mashing. But the system itself, especially like the exploration, the bosses, the domains. If you're going to tell a new player that they should speedrun through the first 2 regions just so that they can use a character from Inazuma, I don't think that's a good system. What about Fontaine? What about Sumeru? God forbid, Natlin and Snezhnaya? Like, are you going to tell me that I should power through everyone else while this one character is level 20? God forbid. Also, if you're telling me that, oh, the trial materials are going to be giving them, like, materials, from a perspective, I will just say this right now. For example, Zhao needs 168 flowers to level up to 80-90. Are you going to tell me that the trial is going to be enough? My name is Aster, and thank you for chilling with me.